I'm LaVonda Lyons, and this is my technology education class at Samuel P. Massey Academy in Prince George's County. This is my classroom, the computer lab. What you're about to see are the results of a prior knowledge activation activity that I did with my 8th graders. They're preparing to do multimedia presentations on the following topics. I chose the topics to select things that were relevant to them as young people. And I asked them to activate their prior knowledge by doing a prior knowledge carousel. Each kid rotated around the room. They had about 3 minutes to read what was written before them and to write their response. Whenever we go into a project like this, as teachers, we try to have no preconceived notions, but invariably we do, as did I. So some of their responses really did surprise me. I was reminded of the importance of covering vocabulary before every lesson. Surprisingly, my 8th graders did not know what the word substance meant. Therefore, we had to look that up before we could proceed with the activity. Another thing, they have great awareness and they care a great deal about things, although they think rather differently than we do sometimes. We have to remember that. Some of them weren't as aware as I would have expected about the whole Black Lives Matter movement, even though, the whole movement was started about preserving the lives of young people their age, specifically young men, but others were very aware. They all seem to be very aware of the issues of texting and driving, even though they aren't old enough to drive yet. One thing that did surprise me, the topic of eating disorders. Eating disorders, I always think, from my perspective, eating disorders, I think of anorexia, bulimia. Nobody mentioned either of those. They thought about it from the perspective of people overeating. So they do think differently. What I learned most is that it is important to gauge that prior knowledge before you go into something, because you need to know where they're coming from in order to really gauge where you expect them to get. So that was valuable. Also generated some excitement. They're excited about their topics, and therefore they're really ready to dig into the research and the production of these products. So that's just my little aha moment. Again, I wanted to share it. Not that it's teaching anybody else anything. It's just reminding me that I'm still learning as an educator in relating to these kids and trying to do my best for them. And hopefully it does help you be more aware also.